Hey guys, this is the Crypto Jarhead. I could have swore I posted this video earlier, like a couple hours ago, and then I was kind of wondering why I hadn't gotten any comments or anything. So I went to go see if anyone had watched it. Maybe I made it private or something silly and boneheaded like that. But no, I just forgot to hit post. Damn it. Been a long, busy day, guys. So yeah, Hitstakes. Couple of issues with it. If you haven't heard by now, hold off on depositing any Bitcoin. If you have deposited Bitcoin or Ethereum or Ripple or whatever, I think those are the three that you could deposit. Or maybe it's just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, I think Ripple was Finecoin. Anyway, don't do it. Hold off. And if you already have, withdraw that shit. Crypto Yardy, which I actually, I like Crypto Yardy. I always have, he speaks his truth. I know lately, him and the Oracle haven't really seen eye to eye, and that's fine by me. Everyone's a little different. Everyone's got different opinions, anyway, there's a video by him, and there's another one by someone new. I haven't seen this guy before. Crypto Monster, I think, was his name. One of you guys pointed him out to me. So I did watch both of those videos. The first one was that last break I took at work, and then the second one was on my way home. And I guess they traced the IP address for Hitstake. And it's the same IP address that was used for, damn it, Coinly or something like that. Coinly.space. Anyway, it was a hype site, a HYIP scam site that exit scammed. Third quarter last year, somewhere in that time frame. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. So I leave my house at 4:30 in the morning every day, and I just got home maybe 15 minutes ago, and it's currently 7:30 at night. Long ass days, guys. Thorn, Finecoin, and Chrysos. I want all three of you guys to hit big so I can kick my boss squarely in the balls. Really, really would look forward to that, being a full-time dad and semi-professional crypto trader. Anyway, so yeah, they traced the IP address for this for Hitstake, and it's the same IP address from a scam that happened last year, an exit scam. So that was enough to make me seriously reconsider. So I wanted to, I had logged on earlier to see if anybody had signed up yet. And if I had seen any referrals in here, I would have immediately posted just like a real quick, like, hey, if you're in Hitstake, stop. Don't put any money in. If you put money in, take it out and just wait. But I didn't see anything. I don't even know. It might be an issue of me using a mobile phone, and it's not mobile optimized whatsoever. As far as I can see, I don't think any of you guys signed up yet, which is fine, which is actually probably pretty good. In any case, I haven't gotten any kind of referral from them yet, and I really kind of hope I don't. I'll be honest with you, after I make this video, I'm probably never going to open this website again. So anyway, I opened up the website to see if anybody was signed up under me, so I would know if I needed to post an immediate video or not. I didn't see anything, so I wasn't too worried about it. But then I noticed this, and I noticed this. I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I noticed this, and so the notification. Oh, Bitcoinly, that was the name of it. Okay, so the notification. Regards. CCDE. I don't know. Anyway, I guess Chaos Computer Club supposedly hacked this website to try and warn people. So I see that and I'm like, okay, so one of two things happened. Either A, they did get hacked, in which case their security was shit, and that's, I don't want to put my money in a website with terrible security. Now, I'm not saying that, there's security programs out there that absolutely cannot be hacked. I'm not a hacker. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The most I know about hacking is like from the 90s movies, with the green, like typing and all that shit. I'm not tech savvy. I'm not a programmer by any means. So I don't really know what else is possible, but I do know that if a website can be hacked, I do not want to put money on that website. So that's one possibility, that they actually did get hacked, in which case that shakes my faith in their security. And if you've been watching me for a little while, security is a big thing for me. I'm all about security and stuff like that. So, boom, option one. Option two, Hitstake heard about this rumor flying around that they were Bitcoinly, and decided to do a little CYA and just change some of their shit to make it look like they were hacked. And if that's the case, I really don't want anything to do with these fucking guys. They're already lying to us. If they're lying about that, are they lying about shit in their white papers? Like I went through and I checked all of my personal boxes that I look for, that I like. That doesn't mean anything. Talk is cheap. So I have not deposited any money in here yet. If I had, I would have pulled that shit off like 2 hours ago. What the hell? Dog's going crazy. So, I don't know about this one, guys. I kind of wish I had waited a little bit before putting it out there, but I was looking at this, this ICO starting. At that time, it was starting in a little over a day, so I wanted to put it out there with enough time for you guys to look in the white paper for yourself before you decided to put money in this platform. So I do apologize for this. It looks like they tricked quite a few people. Even the Oracle himself posted a video. I haven't watched it yet. I've been super busy today, guys. But the name of the video is something like, Hitstake pull out, or something like that. So, it looks like even the Oracle was like, you know what? No. Which, love him or hate him, this is not a man that is easily swayed by public opinion. So if he changed his mind on it, there's got to be a reason why. Again, don't put any money into this thing. If you have put money in, go ahead and pull it out now. If you really like the program and, you're thinking maybe Bitcoinly, like they just weren't really working out too well, so Hitstake's like version 2.0, I would suggest waiting until they hit an exchange. The trend that we've been seeing lately with any of these lending platforms, any of these lending programs, staking programs, automated trading programs, whatever. They're lending programs that are using AI bots. That's what I tend to like. I tend to like that kind of stuff. So one thing that we've seen lately, the past couple months, is getting into the ICO is great, but maybe not 100% necessary. A lot of these programs have come out and they've launched, they had the ICO and they've launched an exchange, and then within a few days or a week, price is down to either at or below ICO levels. And if you wait to buy on the exchange, you're taking half the risk that you do when you buy an ICO. The risk is whether or not it's going to go to zero or they close before you have a chance to hit your price point and sell or loan or do whatever your plan is. Where the ICO, you buy an ICO, you have those exact same risks, but you also have the chance that they never even make it to an exchange. You never even have a chance to do anything with it. And that's a huge risk. A lot of these platforms fail before they get there. So I don't know. My strategy might be changing a lot, getting out of the ICO game and waiting till the early exchange. Like maybe register during the ICO so I can get into it and start really digging into it and, doing my research and all this, that, and the other. And then I have a place where I can go check the prices for myself, once the exchange launches. I have a platform where I can go to get any kind of updates on it, stuff like that. So stand by on that. That's going to be, it's a game changer for sure. A completely different strategy. So I'd have to put some real time, pen and paper down, and I'll come up with a new strategy for it because the space is changing, guys. It is. It's looking like lending platforms going forward may not be the best of ideas. They may not be as good as they once were. Now, obviously Thorn, Chrysos, BitAI, they have the chance. They're not dead. They're working on things. They're trying. And they have the potential. I think once Bitcoin starts booming again, which it was briefly booming a few days ago, looks like it fell back a little under 10K. It's Bitcoin, man. It goes up and down and up and down. That's what it does. But I honestly think that once we see either the same as the previous high or very, very close, like 17, 18, I think people, the mainstream, they're going to get really excited about Bitcoin again. And they're going to come flooding back into the market, which will, of course, raise the price of Bitcoin again. But along with it, it'll renew all the interest in the lending platforms. And we may have this chance, to do lending platforms again. But I think as of now, it's just it's not profitable right now. Like it's not crazy profitable like before. Now, just the pure lending alone, if you got $1,000 you dropped into Thorn now, and started a loan for $1,000, you'd be getting around, anywhere from $300 to $450 a month off of that per every $1,000 you invest. That's not bad, for however long it lasts. And Thorn looks like it's being groomed and completely designed for stability and sustainability. That's the way it appears to be. You know what? I haven't even checked. I haven't even checked on my Thorn today. So I'm going to have to pause the video and relog back in so I can see what my long-term stake has done for me today. Okay, we are back in. Get out of here. And it looks like my Thorns didn't do oh, wait, no, because I threw 5 in here yesterday. So I had 3 yesterday. Looks like I got at least 6. Which kind of sounds about right. In that general area. So I had long-term stake about 600 of them, so around 6 would make sense. There's the contracts. Here's the rates. Okay, so I got 1.04 for each of my big ones and another 0.5 or so off my small ones. So, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're doing good on Thorns. Let's see, we've generated a total of 17 so far in 2 days. That's pretty good. I'll take that. I did lock 5 of them. And I may just go ahead and start locking them in little chunks of like 25, right? So this is a little idea I was kicking around, right? So I've got the long-term stakes and I'm planning on canceling and restarting once a decent price point has been met. Try that. Now there's a theory that it'll be given back to you in the form of a capital release. So each one of those long-term stakes I did was worth about, come on, math, don't fail, around $60, something like that. 65, I think, was what each one was worth. And so there's a theory that it'll give me $65 worth of Thorn, which may be entirely possible. But fortunately for me, I do have that $1.25 Thorn test stake I started, just to kind of compare and contrast the difference in Thorn generated between the promo price and the dollar price. And there is a difference. There definitely was a difference, but it wasn't nearly what it should have been mathematically. So I do have that stake available. If I cancel that one, right? If I cancel that one, it should leave me with about 18.75 Thorn. If it works in releasing Thorn tokens. But my first target price is going to be right around $20 to $25. It really depends on how long it takes. And so I'm looking at 1 to maybe 1.25 Thorn if it's given to you in USD value. So we should see either way. When I'll cancel that one first to kind of test the waters, right? And to see how the canceling of the LTS is going to actually work. It's another reason why I like to do test things. It's always good to have. I'm going to keep my promo stake forever. I'm just going to let that one run its course. Why not? Why not? I like it, So anyway, I've been kicking around this idea of, so if my theory is correct, where they pay you back in Thorn when you cancel a stake, I'll get 75 Thorns every time I cancel one of these 100 Thorn stakes. So what I've been thinking about doing is saving up 25, start a 25 stake. Just lock it out of my hands, right? Save up 25, start another 25 Thorn stake. Just lock it away. And I was thinking about doing my first 50 to 75 Thorn that I generate in interest this way to cover my first 2 to 3 canceled long-term stakes, right? And after that, my price point, my price point would be anywhere from $80 to $100, depending on, again, how long it takes. And if it takes 3 months from today, for it to hit $100, where I would start my third long-term stake, I'll be honest with you guys, or my fourth long-term stake, sorry. Instead of canceling one, I would probably cancel all 3, and that way I'd get 225 Thorns. I would go ahead and start a loan at $100 with 100 Thorn, right? Do the math, that's about $10,000 in a new loan. And I would probably sell the rest, because at that point, Thorn would have been alive for about 5 months or so. I do love Thorn. I believe it is geared and built for sustainability, but do I believe that it's going to be around long enough to start a new loan in 5 months? I don't believe any platform's going to be around that long. I don't care how good it is. It could be even better than Thorn. I still wouldn't believe it's going to be there. I will still go ahead and do one loan, one long-term stake, for about 10 grand, because for the rest of its life, that's going to generate me anywhere from $300 to $4,500 just off that one. And that's not bad. I'll take it. That's pretty close to replacing my full-time income on its own, And then I'll go ahead and pay myself for my patience in reaching that $100 price point, because it looks like they're going to do the slow organic growth, which I think is exactly what they need to be doing right now. That's the best thing that they could be doing. However, it's going to take time to get there, guys. And the one thing about these platforms is they all have a shelf life. We don't know when it is. So, take that as you will. But anyway, I was going to bank my first 75 Thorns generated in interest in groups of 25, specifically to top off those canceled stakes back up to 100, or if it works in the form of a capital release, at least this way, 25 times 25 still ain't too bad. You know, that's not a bad payday at all. You know, and it's certainly a whole lot bigger than 60 bucks. You know, so at least this way, I can still increase the amount in my long-term staking, even if it's only by these 25 thorns that were initially just supposed to kind of top it off. You know, maybe that just becomes the new the new loan at that point. You know, it's gonna be up in the air. It's gonna be, you know, I like having options. You know this. I like to have options. I like to have different things that I could do. You know, and I figure I may as well take this time while the price of Thorn is really low and I'm generating a decent amount of Thorn to go ahead and build myself some options. So that's what's going on with Thorn. You know, so I'm pretty happy so far with my first 2 days of long-term staking. Not gonna lie. I was really hoping the price would be $30 to $50 by now, so that I could just go ahead and start a one good-sized loan. But you know, hey, you gotta flow like water. You gotta be able to adapt, or you know, the world's just gonna pass you by. So let's go take a look at Chrysos. Let's see if I've gotten my returns on my other loans. Which I think this one will make me log back in again, so hang on. And it did make me log back in. So, Chrysos is a little slow, but that's okay. So yeah, it looks like I haven't been paid the crypto interest on my other loans just yet. Hang on, let's see the gains. So we have my first one that I started here, and this was my referral commissions from Thorn. Got me into this. You know, I had about $1,000 loan that I started, and then this was a you know, I'd heard that if you start a new loan, it'll kind of give you a little nudge, and that way you'll get all of your interest from both of your loans. And then there was this guy that I'm trying to get up to that $1,500 in a loan, because that should generate me about $500 to $7,500 a month. Once the exchange opens up and we can actually sell these things, right? Now, keep in mind, Chrysos may lower. You know, they're locked at $14. One idea to save Chrysos would be to pull away that, you know, just get rid of that lock, and then everything that's in a loan right now for a $14 price, bring that down to $5. So, you know, that would bring it to around a $500, a little over $500 in lending, which would be a significant hit to my monthly income, but I would still be okay with that if it meant that, you know, that's what it took to revive the platform and get people into it, and, you know, and get this thing going. I would be perfectly fine with that. But after the price decrease, I want to have at least $500 in lending, you know, because I don't want to be the guy with a $200 loan. I just don't. I'm sorry. Not for any long period of time. You know, preferably I'd like to be, you know, minimum $5,000 in lending. Keep in mind, that's not $5,000 I throw into this platform, but it's, you know, off the appreciation of the price of of the tokens that I bought. You know, throw at least $5,000 into a loan. That's where I would like to be. You know, obviously, we have to temper our expectations a little bit. You know, this is not 2017 where shit was just running rampant and people were making stupid gains, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 400x, 1,000x. You know, like we got to be a little bit more realistic now. The space has calmed down, you know, and we got to adapt. So anyway, let's go ahead and see. I'm pretty sure this is just the same loan. Has been paying this one. Yeah, this one has been paying every day since I started it, and I have not gotten interest on the other two loans since I believe the 25th of last month. So that would be 10 days of not receiving much. Now, obviously, this one I'm not crying about losing the $2 a day, but this one, you know, 10 days at $14 a day. almost 15 days, you know, that's going to add up a little bit there. So, anyway, this is not the first time this has happened with this loan. It's actually the third time it's happened where I haven't received interest for a few days. The first time was for, I think it was 3 or 4 days. I didn't get any interest, and then on the next day I logged in to check on it. Boom, it was all there. It was all accounted for. And then I got interest on it for a couple more days, and then I didn't get anything for a few weeks. And then one day, boom, it was all there. It's all accounted for. I was super excited. Of course, exchange is still kind of flatlined, but, you know, hey, baby steps. I'll still get interest. I'm still happy about it. Once that does kick in, I'm looking at least $150 in interest, kind of back pay. Keep in mind that number may go down if they lower the price of the tokens that I have staked. Now, lastly, and this video is a little longer than I really anticipated it to be. I'm going to have to log in one more time, so hang on. Okay, we're back. We're in, we're good. It's all gravy. It's all good. So, I'm in Finecoin now. The cash I was going to put into, so I was going to do 200 into Hitstake, and then the rest of that 400, you know, after transaction fees, would have been somewhere around 170, 180 or so, into Fine. Well, I decided to go ahead and reverse that. You know, I threw $200 in here after transaction fees, and then the Bitcoin just dropping like $1,000. I'm into it for about 178, I think, is what it was, if I remember correct. Wow, it's okay. So it's gone up since I bought it. You know, I got it for, I don't know, 53 cents, I think, something like that. 54, right around 50 cents. I'm just gonna say 60 from now on. Just, you know, like I got in at 60. It was a little less than that, but you know, that's fine. 60 cents is what I'll say. And this total was around 185 a few hours ago when I checked it. So it looks like I've already gotten a little bit of profit there, on the dashboard anyway. So anyway, you know, I dig it. I like it a lot. They have a little blog going on. They're looking hard at BitConnect and Devore and why they failed, and they're trying to not make the same mistakes, which I dig. I think that's great. You know, mistakes are not a bad thing if you learn from them, right? Especially if you can learn from other people's mistakes, all the better. So I'll be keeping an eye on this. The one thing for Muhammad is, I remember in the white papers it wasn't staking, if I remember correctly. So I'm assuming that they just renamed their lending program staking, and if I start a staking order, this is like a lending and not like actual staking. So if I start, it'll lock my fine for a while, which I want to hold on to it for some appreciation. Oh, wait, no. Oh, damn. Okay. All right. Okay. So it looks like I would be in the 30-day lock, and they're paying, it looked like it was averaging about 0.8 a day, so you're looking at around 24% back. That's not too bad, actually. That's not bad at all. Anyway, I'm going to look more into this before I start it. And that's all I got for tonight. Wow, this was much longer than I thought. Happy hunting, wolves. I'll catch you tomorrow.